Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading. Welcome to my tarot channel. Please hit the like button so you don't forget later. Let's come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something and better yourself. If the messages that come through do not resonate for you, that's completely fine. Do push them aside. Assume they're going out to someone else who needs to hear them. Do remember you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in. We're setting the intention to get Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, clear, helpful, insightful messages on their spiritual path forward. Let's do it for Cancer. Cancer, babes. All right. Ooh, this one kind of stuck out. Ooh, the Eight of Wands. We will take it. Coming up in your past, the Eight of Wands, projection. I heard the word projection, which I actually don't really think is the right use of the word, but we'll stick with it. Projection, but also forward movement. It's swift, rapid forward movement. It can be the arrival of messages. It can feel like something is in motion, like you're already starting to feel sort of the rumbles of the earth beneath, knowing that something big is about to happen. It's wand energy, right? It's fire energy, so it's exciting, right? I mean, it's shown as a roller coaster in this deck, so I mean, things are taking off. Some of you may have gotten a new car or booking travel plans, like a trip you're really excited about. All right, let's see. How is the impact of the Eight of Wands informing this reading in the present? Where is Cancer at presently? The Seven of Pentacles. All right, some sort of raise or promotion. Something that you've put a lot of time and effort into, blood, sweat, and tears. And now you're at a bit of a crossroads. Interesting with the Two of Swords. This is a very interesting reading, Cancer, because you seem to be at a crossroads in terms of choosing people or choosing loyalty. Yeah, something in your social life has picked up. So you may feel torn between a rock and a hard place on a couple situations in life. At the same time, too, I don't think it's like, I don't think this is a clear, like, oh, for me, it's definitely romantic. I think for some of my Cancerians, you are manifesting some sort of energy where it's like, I'm hearing the word double down, but it also has to do with this idea of abundance is coming into you. I really like this for you, Cancer. I'm just saying. Abundance is coming into you, and so there's multiple areas in your life where you are at a crossroads of, ooh, I have options now where I didn't have options, so now what am I going to do? You do seem to have the upper hand. You do seem to have the choice. And for you, Cancer, it's not so much, oh, this is uncomfortable, this is awkward. This is like, ooh, like I really love both these people. I love both these options. So you really are having to tend to you and consider what you want and what your heart is how your heart is speaking the loudest. For some of you, you are having to choose between moving from one job to another and therefore possibly leaving behind coworkers that you really love or a boss that you really jive with. Some of you, it's possible you may make time for both. I'm not sure how that would resonate, but again, take it or leave it. Others of you, there could be romantic prospects. It could be that you were kind of, I'm hearing situationship. So for some of you are completely single, that's cool too. I think the message will still apply. Some of you got into a situationship where it was like, I don't totally know what this is, or I don't totally know if this is love, but I'm feeling it out and seeing. And then I think your Eight of Wands is like something comes in big and heavy and it's like it cannot be ignored, and it kind of makes the other one seem less significant than you thought it was. So if you are, I'm going to say this, Cancer, if you are kind of stuck in this weird headspace of like, do they like me? Like, what is this? Like, should I put time and effort into it? I'm not saying you need to ignore it or walk away from it, but I would release it and let it unfold organically, because here's the thing. I think something else is coming in that is going to blow that out of the water. I absolutely think that. And so this, I don't know, it's like I'm getting like sad face, happy face. It's like, oh, I'm trying to make this work, but it's not really working. And what am I doing wrong? And then something else comes in and it's an immediate yes. Like there's no second guessing. You're like, yes, please. Absolutely. Love that. So again, jobs, romantic relationships, or also possibly friendships. I don't see you leaving a friendship behind because there's bad blood or malintent. It could be that some of you are moving to accept a new job, or you're not just, or vice versa. Maybe your friend is moving, so you're not going to get to see them as much. There's a little bit of like the sentimental stuff I'm feeling very much for you, Cancer, where it's like, oh, my heart is a little bit heavy, but I know this is the right choice. Yeah. And the thing is with the Seven of Pentacles, it's been brewing. It's been a cooking. It's been simmering for a while. And again, I don't mean that in terms of like anger or resentment. It's been cooking. It's like you're making your own stew here, and you've been throwing the ingredients in, right? And now like it's come to a boil, and like it's ready to consume. And I mean that in a way of like you're ready to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Me being all clunky with my words, but you get what I mean. Cancer, this looks friggin' awesome. All right, so how's Cancer feeling here? Emotionally, Queen of Cups, high vibe Queen of Cups too, that's you. Cardinal Water, the initiator of important relationships in your life, initiating new ones and initiating and putting forth effort to maintain, relationships that you see of value. And then interesting, the Seven of Swords. All right. There's a curiosity here where you just can't help yourself. Like you're wanting to peek into something to make sure that ... And I don't know what the end of that sentence is. I think you're second guessing yourself or questioning your decisions or questioning your game plan on how to move forward. It's like you've decided something and it feels right, but part of your mind is like, yeah, but what about that other thing? I'm not totally sure what to do with that. I love that the Queen of Cups is showing up in the emotions, because essentially it's saying you have so much love to give, and I think there's something about feeling like you are receiving it back. But Seven of Swords, it's like there was a little bit of a fly in the ointment, or there was something that kind of got you. I don't know. I don't want to use the word triggered because I think that's overused and I don't think it applies here. But there was something that was a little bit like uncomfortable about having to make an important decision for your future. We'll maybe circle back to that. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Spirit. All right, got it. So, Seven of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. Moon is Cancerian energy, right? You guys are ruled by the moon. There's something here about having to love somebody from a distance because it's safer or healthier or just, again, situational or circumstantial, rather. Yeah, there's something about wanting to... Bear with me, this metaphor is kind of weird, but it's like I'm wanting to get at it and pursue it, but the universe is saying no, and I'm understanding that is the final decision for now anyway. And so I am having to step back, and it doesn't mean I can't check in on it. It doesn't mean I can't call this person. It doesn't mean we can't FaceTime. It doesn't, but there's something about the physical contact is not there right now. And so again, this points out to what we've already been saying about, a friend moving away and not getting to see them as much. It's like there's emotional investment there, but in some relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, coworkers, you're not going to get to see them as much or physically be around them as much. So it's sort of this idea of like, I hope we're able to maintain communication because I don't want to lose them. Again, it's like a very much a sentimental energy of like, oh, it hurts my heart to know this, but also you have really good things too. So this isn't like a loss per se. It's a challenge. It's a challenge right now. Aquarius tends to love from a distance. It's not the most warm, fuzzy sign, right? So for some of you, that may make sense. You may have fallen in love with someone that don't live near you. And so there's a little bit of like, I don't know, Cancer. Maybe it's like you guys are going to try and make this work long distance for a bit, but it's, there's a challenge to that. It's not impossible, but, it's almost like you're trying to cater your expectations and your emotions, like practice emotional intelligence, because I don't know if it's like, I don't want to fall in love too deeply, or if it's like, we're already in love, like Eight of Wands, like I'm in this, but also it's a different, especially Aquarian energy, it's a different kind of relationship that I'm not necessarily used to. There could be limits or obstacles or challenges being put on some sort of relationship. I'm sort of getting, even if you are fully in it, I don't know. I think you understand what I'm saying. I hope you do. So Cancer's plans, ambitions, their mindset, what's going on in the mental sector for Cancer? What's going on in the mental sector? The Queen of Wands. So you got big plans. Look at this. What's coming up in the plans section? She's got like she got all her plans, her agenda book. She's got her blueprints. She's got all the things. It's like a construction worker. It's like, it's wand energy though. So it's like, how are we going to make this work? And we're going to do it with enthusiasm and precision. It's work hard, play hard. I think this is sort of this, honestly, Cancer, I think this is the acknowledgement of yourself that you've put a lot of work into something, especially in your personal life. I'm not saying, this doesn't resonate in a relationship as well, but you've done a lot for yourself. You've done a lot of growing. You're standing on extremely solid ground. You know you have a lot to offer to this job, to this person, to this family, to this whatever. And so you're coming in with like this newfound confidence. And it's setting you up for success. So I think there's this acknowledgement of like all this like path of learning and challenges hasn't been for nothing, because I'm starting to reap the reward of that, and like I'm feeling kind of excited about it. That's what I get with this Queen of Wands. It's kind of a serious Queen of Wands, which I don't dislike, because sometimes the Queen of Wands can be a little bit I mean, it's all relative. It depends what it's next to, but this Queen of Wands is being presented as like badass boss energy. This is like, this doesn't make sense, but it does. Like, it's like a Capricorn Queen of Wands. You know, Capricorn is earthy energy. So you're mixing kind of fire and earth. There's a nice little blending of like inspired, fun, playful, excited, but also that what's coming through is like this earthy kind of, even like Mercury energy of like, we got to plan things, we got to be organized, we got to set deadlines, we got to set goals. And to be honest, like, not to make it like diminished of romance, but that almost seems like if this is a romantic relationship, that's how you're approaching it. It's like, all right, like if we're going to do this, it's a team dynamic and we both got to show up for each other. And like, it's almost like you're a football coach and you have like your maps of the plays of like, all right, well, you know, you're going to have to come to me on this Sunday because for the next 3 Sundays, I have to do this. And like, so it's a little bit micromanaging, but I think because Queen of Cups and Eight of Wands is showing up, it's not void of emotion. It's not like you're trying to be a drill sergeant in this relationship. I think you know that, like, in order to make this work, we have to roll up our sleeves and do some work and get shit done. And you seem to be very willing to do that. At least in the mental sector, you can see yourself finding some sort of, I'm hearing the word hatching a plan, finding some sort of plan where you can adhere to, or rules, I don't want to say rules, but you know what I mean? Something you can adhere to that will ensure the safety of this working. Maybe you are changing your daily life habits, patterns, routines, cycles in order to make room for some beautiful blessings in your life. And so maybe there is room for some like negotiation or flexibility in terms of how you were doing something versus how you're going to do it now, because you have like you do want and have to make room for like this beautiful blessing that's coming in. Some of you may, the story of divorce is coming through here a little bit, and I'm not sure it resonates for you specifically in your life. It's possible. If that's the case, and again, this is for a very select few of you Cancers, if you are going through a divorce, it feels like liberating. It feels like this has been a long time coming, and like it took me a long time to get on board with the emotions because I felt like I was, going against my vows to this person, but also they changed and now we have trust issues. And so I think you're meeting it head on and kind of calling a spade and being like, all right, we're going to pick up the pieces and, we're both going to move on with our life. But you know what? We both have to be adults. We're going to have to communicate about this. Like you're very much in like this leadership, badass boss role. There isn't any sort of like manipulative, icky, like, low vibe water sign energy. I don't get that at all. This is like take the bull by the horns. I love it. It's so empowered, Cancer. I love it. The thing with the whole divorce too, again, some of you that might be your story, but most of you, it has to do with someone else in your life. You may be dealing with a sibling who's going through a divorce. You may also be dealing with deep-seated memories or trauma regarding your own parents' split or divorce, or having lost a parent early in life. There may be some possibly deeper conversations that arise because of meeting new people or being in a new relationship. Certain memories and conversations are now being put on the table, and you are sort of revisiting some very sensitive, gentle, I guess sensitive is a good word, some sensitive material in your life that maybe has been hidden for a while that you are kind of opening up about and getting comfortable discussing, as long as you establish some trust with whoever these people or this person is. Vulnerable. There's some vulnerability coming through. And this may have to do with your person too. So what is holding Cancer back, if anything? What is something Cancer is too reliant on or needs to release, something they're leaning into? What's holding Cancer back? The Lovers. Interesting. Yeah, again, there's like this really bittersweet, like, I love you, but I can't love you in the way that I want to. Or I love you, but you're not ready for me. Or yeah, there's there's like this embracing and this crying here. It's like, so even if this isn't, again, divorce or breakup, though for some of you, again, this storyline of I have an option and like I'm trying to make it work with that option, but then something else comes in that blows it out of the water, there may have to be a conversation with, person A, person B. Cancer, how scandalous. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There may be a conversation with one of your persons to be like, we just have to call a spade, again, address the elephant in the room, that like this isn't really vibing the way we had hoped. And so as much as I don't want to let this go, it seems like maybe that's what we have to do. Or again, someone is being forced to really open up and be vulnerable and put in a place where they are just hard on their sleeve, like kind of, I'm hearing the word gut-wrenching, like gut-wrenching conversations about things that really have held them back in terms of their life path, their spiritual journey, their relationships. I have trouble seeing this as a work thing, but maybe it is. But yeah, exposing the truth, but I don't think it has to do with liar, cheat, or thief stuff. I just don't. I think this is the struggle of acknowledging that you love somebody deeply, but for some reason or another, the universe is saying not right now. And that is a hard pill to swallow. And I feel that, like, it feels like very heavy. It does. Because I think you put a lot of stock and a lot of faith in this person, or vice versa, or you guys tried your best to make it work and something about it just wasn't catching fire, Queen of Wands, the way you had hoped. Possibly because you have a lot of work stuff going on here too, Cancer. So I'm hearing like, don't let it detract. You need to focus on what you can control, and there's something about this where you just can't control it. It's like you're wanting to shake this person and make it something that it should be or whatever, but it's like acknowledging what it is. That being said, this whole very kind of heaviness, whatever that energy is for you, it's also being cushioned by all this like amazing energy too. So no, like there's both here. Sometimes it is about cutting ties with what is not meant for you to make room in your life for what truly is. Ooh, it's funny. My like fingers just started like really hurting, like out of nowhere. Like that almost felt like a sign, but I don't know what to do with it. Like it felt like I don't know. Anyway, sorry, Cancer. Every now and then, like you get like little tings in your body, and you're like, what was that? Like I've never felt that before. Like what was that? I don't know. What is it? A Gemini? Something to do with the hands? The control issues? Yeah, okay, the releasing. All right, maybe it's the crabby hands, right? I say that to you guys all the time, the pincers. It's like you get your mind set on something and your heart gets invested. It's like you don't want to let go. You just want to hold on to it. I think all the water signs can do that, right? It's maybe releasing control issues. Anyway, what's going to help Cancer move forward, please? What's going to help Cancer move forward, please? You do have a card of Gemini. Interesting that I said the hands. What will help Cancer move forward, please? Advice? The Hanged Man. All right, so necessary delays. Necessary delays does not mean that things are not happening. As I said, it's like you're feeling you're pulsating, the rumbles, the stirrings underground. It's like something is about to spring up from here. Like the flower is coming. You've already nurtured the seed and done the watering and all that. It's like something is springing up here. But I would say enjoy the wait, enjoy the rest, enjoy the delays, because then you're going to be off to the races and you are going to be busy AF. Do you know what I mean? The Hanged Man energy. So, okay, this is important too. A need to see things from a different perspective, a cathartic release, some healing might be in order as well. And I'm hearing that song from, I don't even know what it's from. I think I heard it on Glee, but I'm sure it's from something else. Keep holding on, because you're going to make it through. I don't know what that is. I don't even know that song enough to like sing it, so I'm not sure. Yeah, but keep holding on with the Hangman. Now I'm hearing that heart song. Hold on for one more day. You know that one in Bridesmaids? Okay, sorry. Crazy brain. Hangman, what are you being asked to sacrifice in order to make room for major change and transformation, right? After the Hangman comes the Death card, right? So essentially it's like by seeing things from a different perspective, right? Usually the Hangman is inverted, but he's not here. So I actually think that's telling, right? It's almost like what you're seeing is the truth. It is the reality of the situation, and maybe it's coming to terms with it emotionally or just processing what's going on in order to sort of see that things are still coming in on the horizon, like the dawning of a new day. I think this is about having hope and faith too, right? It's Neptune Piscean energy that like love is all around you, opportunities for love and abundance and joy and fulfillment. Some of it is already right in front of you presently, but it's like things are coming in and like there's great opportunity for joy here. the word sacrifice is very important. You may have to sacrifice a little in order to gain a lot, and maybe that comes in the form of a relationship, saying goodbye to a friendship, saying goodbye to old coworkers, a job, and don't think for any reason that anything was a waste of time. Everything happened to you for a reason. It's gotten to you where you are today. But some people are meant to be in your life, for a reason or a season or for a whole chapter or for a lifetime, and other people they kind of spring up in our life for a few months, and there's value and something to be gained from that connection, that interaction, and then you move on to something else. And that can be very hard, right? That Cancerian energy, it's so sentimental. It wants its tribe, it wants its soul family all the time. It wants to lock it down, right? So this is an important lesson for you about releasing. Hopes and dreams for Cancer. What are they hoping to get out of this, please? Hopes and dreams for Cancer. The Tower. All right, so major wake-ups, major breakthroughs. So here's the thing, guys. Don't gasp, because this is what's coming up in your hopes and dreams and wishes. So you want major change, you want major transformation, you want revolution, right? The Tower essentially breaks us up from devil energy. So devil energy is what's keeping us stuck. And I mean, in terms of the card placements, what's holding you back, this is technically what I would call devil energy. It's what is, card number 15, devil, to 16, the Tower. You want to be released or liberated from something. So for some of you, if it's a divorce, for some of you, it's I wanted to use the word shit show, this is on fire and we need to fix it, we need to acknowledge it. And for a lot of you, I mean, it's the lovers. I don't know if this is a sibling, guys. Do you know what I mean? It could be a best friend, or maybe it's both, right? Maybe it's a best friend that you got involved with and it just it ruined the relationship. I don't know. And I don't mean to swing negative, but it's something about this has to change. So some of you want to be released from some sort of maybe an obsession with a relationship that wasn't serving you in some capacity. It's tough because there's an emotional tie there. It pulls at your heartstrings, but I think it's not good for you. And maybe you are putting your life on pause for someone, hoping that they were going to change or get better or show up or move closer. It's funny though, ironically, Cancer, for some of you, the relationship you're being asked to let go of, in some ways, it's the easier one because it's closer and it's more accessible to you. There is some storyline here for some of you where it's the one at a distance that it's painfully slow, and you're having to have faith and really kind of make some substantial plans for in the future. Because you can't have it now, you're oh, it's never going to happen. That's where the Hangman's going to help you out, because there's a relationship that isn't immediately available to you right now, but you kind of have a pulse on it, or again, long distance texting or Skyping or whatever this is. That's the one that I actually see working out. Believe it or not. I rarely say that. Long distance relationships can be complicated, but I see that for you. All right, so then give me one more on the Tower. This is major change, major breakup, major shakeup, releasing yourself from what felt like an imprisonment. So maybe some of you were not happy in a job, and it may have been a job that you spent a long time at, and so this change up has been a long time coming, and you can't wait to burn it down. No, but you can't wait to release and remove yourself from something that it wasn't helping you develop as a person. One more on the Tower, please. The Two of Cups. Interesting. All right. So Phoenix from the ashes, that's, Cancer every time in your readings. For some of you, this is I hope the relationship that I have my hopes on, or what is the word I'm looking for? The relationship I have my fill in the blank, the one that I want to work out. I'm hoping it goes through some major change and this person completely realizes the error of their ways and they come back to me and it's great and it's pure and it's untainted. And I don't know if that's reality. I think if you guys are going through some major change up in your relationship, it's never going to be pure and untainted. You're going to have to acknowledge all the things that happened, but you should and could energetically, emotionally detach from what was and try and start fresh. I think, again, this is hopes and goals and dreams. It's not necessarily what's happening. Some of you want a major change up, this person to be I love you, I'm loyal, I'll never do that thing again, let's be together, and then great, let's be BFFs. Maybe, that might be reaching a little bit, but hey, manifest it if that's what you want. Others of you, it's you're trying to remove yourself from a toxic situation in order to make room for things that are actually meant for you and in alignment with you. Leaving behind an old quote-unquote family, social group, social setting, community, whatever, where It's almost like you outgrew it. It's not that it was bad. It served its purpose. And for some of you, there may be a little bit of toxic energy here. I can't deny that. With the Tower and the Seven of Swords, maybe not all of you, it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. But again, by removing yourself, liberating yourself from it, it makes room for people who are on your level. You guys are on the same page. They catch your vibe. Like there's a little bit more clarity. Like this is just really pure and innocent, right? Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer. So like, let's enjoy and find value and fulfillment in people who share our values, right? People who love us, right? Unconditionally. People who love us like freely and openly and there isn't like this whole like, I don't know, guarded or mysterious. They said this but did that. Like we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that bullshit, right? Two of Cups is finding a good connection in any sense of the word. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so speaking your truth, liberation, any ace is a beautiful blessing. It's like a power player move. Getting something pure and innocent back, too. I'm hearing the word rerouting. I'm almost like a GPS, so maybe going back to your roots, going back to your past to clear out some... it's almost like declutter or clean out old things from the past that you don't need, that you're clinging on to out of sentimentality, but it's actually weighing you down. Others of you, again, there's revisiting memories of your own parents' divorce or marital issues or something that it really kind of shook you in your youth because you didn't have sort of the adult brain to know how to like process that and deal with those sort of concepts. And so there is some stored trauma, but I will say, Cancer, this is like the dawning of a new day. It's like things are starting to be illuminated about regarding things that held you back. And once you start to recognize them and shine light on the shadow, it liberates you. You're quote unquote free from them. It doesn't mean it won't be triggered and come up again, but it makes it less severe. It makes it less scary. I hope that makes sense. All right, here we go. Final oracle card for Cancer. Happy Aquarius season, by the way. So let's see, 8th house, money, Cancer. You're focusing on your money. Again, you're focusing on your psychology. You're focusing on your debt, taxes. Yeah, that's all 8th house stuff. Death and rebirth, too, metaphorically, right? That's all 8th house, Scorpio-related stuff. So let's see, the Sandpiper spirit. Be playful. Cute. Let's put that next to the Two of Cups. Be playful, Cancer. We're going to read about it because I don't really know much about this deck. Other than it's cool. I mean, I like this deck, but I don't have them memorized. So here we go. Be playful. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper spirit is a sign that now it's a time to engage in your playfulness. Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new and the old. Who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper's spirit is happy and curious and has a nature that helps you feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance and be playful. I love it. Cancer, this is great. That kind of feels fun and playful too. Your 8 of Wands. Oh, should we put some zodiac signs on this? Let's do it. Let's do it, Cancer. What zodiac signs are wanting to speak loudly in this reading? Zodiac signs, please, for Cancer. Another Cancer, Capricorn, another Capricorn, and Libra. So we'll roll again. What else? What else? Cancer again. So Cancer and Cap is all over this. Libra, a lot of cardinal energy. And Sagittarius. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please like the video, guys. I'm trying to grow my channel this year. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave an emoji, book a personal reading, and show up next time for your reading when I'm on YouTube. See you later.